All right, man. Let's talk about Travon Walker. People saying that Jaguars can take him, or if they go Aiden Hutchinson, should we take Travon Walker at number two? Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Detroit Lions Talk Players for more videos like this, right? Also, this spotlight on them, I try to put it in the in screen and in the cards. The cards are the little things you see pop up in the corner, suggesting videos, so you can find it easier. So, one thing you get, which one thing about Travon Walker is he's a combine warrior. Exactly what you're getting. He's a combine warrior, um, but he's a football player. He's not an edge rusher. What Rick Ross said in his song, I'm not a star. I got a kilo in the car. I'm not a star. You know what I'm saying? And numbers are the numbers that he produced at the combine are significant, are great, right? And they saying, well, he's an edge rusher. He's a defensive lineman, is how you categorize a guy like this. 4.51, 335 and a half vertical, 123 broad jump, 6.89 and three cones, 4.32 and a 20-yard shuttle. And they also, he's such a versatile athlete. He's also dropped from that position. I mean, he dropped off the edge and covering in the flats and stuff. So I think that's one of the reasons why he's being considered an edge rusher is because his ability to drop and cover. He can drop in zone coverage and do some damage. You know, so that's something to think about too. He literally can drop in coverage and get out there and tip the ball, and that's a greater athlete that he really is, right? And but when you look at the way he played football, and people saying we need a dominant edge rusher, that's not him. He's pretty much being compared to Jadeveon Clowney coming in as a pass rusher. Well, as a football player almost, but as a pass rusher, raw. When he does win in pass rushing, it's just with raw ability. That's what it is. It's just with raw physical ability. It's not when he don't have any moves. It's just with him running by somebody. And in this league, you can't. We talk about all the guys that's been drafted as pass rushers. Vernon Gholston from Detroit, went to Cal State, went to Ohio State. Deion Jordan. It's been a lot of guys who've been great physical athletes as pass rushers, right? It's been a lot of those guys, great physical athletes. But in this league, you can't beat these guys just with physicality. You can't. And the one thing about him, yes, he is a great block shedder, but he's not a great pass rusher. He's not even a good pass rusher. Out of all the guys that's going in pass rushing, that's probably gonna go in the first and second round as a pass rusher. Just going on a limb here, like Tina Marie, rest in peace to her. He might be the worst pure pass rusher. So he's not an edge. He's a football player. He's a defensive lineman. He's a great run blocker. He's great at shedding tackles. He's great at pursuing, but his athleticism doesn't translate to the edge consistently because he needs a bull rush. He needs a swim move. He needs a rip and go. You need moves. Somebody people say you just need two moves in the counter. You need more than that. Athletically, he might only need a couple of bull rush and a rip. You know, but like I said before, and you look at the other pass rushers that he being considered inside the top 10 with Jermaine Johnson, physical animal. When you look at Jermaine Johnson, he's a physical animal who was his backup and moved to Florida State. Physically, he's what you want. Tall, lanky, built strong, great pass rushing technician, got moves, can run by you, can stop the run, play with power. Do you have it? Already can rush the passer. That's when you ain't picking nobody number two to stop the run. Even when Gerald McCoy and Ndamukong Suh went like top back to back, what was it in the top five? They didn't get drafted here because they can stop the run. They got drafted here because they can rush the passer. You don't take run stoppers in the top five, top shit in the top 10. Unless they really good like Jordan Davis, you consider him in the top 10. The reason he in the top five guy probably because he can't rush the passer consistently. 9 times out of 10 at that size, he got to come off on rundowns. So when you talking about a guy like Travon Walker, he you look at his combine and say he tore it up and all that, but that physically his physical traits don't translate to rushing the passer. He's a dominant run defender. That's exactly what he is. He's somebody who dominates in run pursuit. That's what this is not what he consistently does, is that. That's not what he do. He had 6 sacks this year. He played with a lot of great people this year. The previous years, he had 3.5 sacks. They played a lot. He's not somebody that's going to go out there unless you give him some pass rush move. If you're able to give him pass rush, bull, rip and go, whatever you go, spin move, whatever it may be. If he able to develop as a pass rusher, he probably will go down as the best player in this draft. Forget position. He probably will go down as the best player in this draft. If you able to refine his pass rushing skills. And that was the thing about Clowney. Physically great run defender, but pass rushing wise, he got by. By what? By physical traits. And in the NFL, no matter how great an athlete you are, you need pass rushing moves. And right now, what you getting with him, you getting a guy with 0 pass rushing moves, who is raw as a pass rusher, but very versatile. And these guys that's very versatile, they don't get the recognition because they doing several different things. Yeah, he's scheme versatile. He's perfectly just from what the Lions looking for from a scheme standpoint. You could play him and Anazorki on known passing downs inside. He could play in your multi-front defense. He could play 3-4 defensive end. He athletic enough to drop some time off the edge and make some plays in the flat. Maybe not guard somebody one-on-one. He didn't play in the nose tackle. He didn't play. He could play everywhere across that defensive front 7. You could pull out him up at middle linebacker and rush him. When you're talking about a guy, if he going to manufacture, if you're going to get sacks out of him, it's going to be manufactured by the scheme. That's exactly what it's going to be by. Your scheme is going to manufacture looping him, stunning him, whatever you want to call it. But you talking about as a pure pass rush, when you come in there, you want to make an impact? No. And you got to hope you give him that money and he still work on being a pass rusher. But what you will be drafting in the top 5 is a run defender. There you go. You will be drafting a run defender. He's a dominant run defender. He's a dominant athlete. He's a dominant at block shedding. You getting a man child, but as a pass rusher, that's not what you're getting. Now, if he had the physical athleticism of Aiden Hutchinson, that would be a problem. But people look at him and see the potential. When you draft off potential, you get in trouble. That's a fact. When you start drafting guys off potential, you get in trouble, bro. You get in a lot of trouble. So just something to think about. Not saying you shouldn't, but once again, the Lions are known for drafting out of position. They're known for drafting guys, out of their scope of support. And what I mean by that is they known for drafting tight ends in the top 10, which that's a no-no. They known for drafting DBs top 3, which usually is a no-no. When you get into that top 5 area, I continue to tell y'all that it's pass rusher, no particular order, blindside protector, quarterback. That's it. Anything else you take has to be elite. Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson. They have to be elite. There's always exceptions to the rule, but they have to be elite when you go that high. So I'm telling y'all, I told y'all they took Jeff Okudah. That made no sense, but I understood it because guess what? Bob Quinn, I didn't understand is Bob Quinn and Matt Patricia was about to get fired. They about to get fired. That's a fact. So I never understood it because a cornerback take time to develop. If you're going back to that 2020 draft, a lot of people didn't have a good year though. But AJ Terrell was more pro ready than he was. So you got to make, you got to kind of be like OKC Thunder general manager Sam Presti. He don't listen to none of the hype, right? He just fucking, he find players he think they value with. People say, oh, you overdrafting Westbrook. Oh, you overdrafting Josh Giddey. And they perform. Well, he don't listen to the experts. He listens to his scouting department with his eyes see. You saying who could have helped them immediately that year? Came minus quarterback. I ain't trusted with Isaiah Simmons. I don't. A lot of these dudes ain't doing too good. CD Lamb, AJ Terrell. Probably could have helped you a lot. Jerry Judy's, knowing that you ain't have now in hindsight, knowing that you didn't have that boy. Kenny got Justin Jefferson. So like I said before, you talking about instant impact players. Just be honest. I'm talking about running backs, receivers. And a lot of times you talking about them elite tackles. They fall off too, but you can move them around until they do better. You can slide them inside the guard, then move them. But you talking about instant impact, outside of quarterback, which are hit and miss, running backs, receivers, defensive linemen sometimes. So, like I said before, but what you getting from him is, great football player, great defensive lineman, great athlete, but you're not getting a great pass rusher. Not right now. And you got to help him develop his pass rushing move. And I think looking in Dallas, they did a great job with Michael Parsons, bro. Putting him in a position to succeed. I mean, and defensively, he gonna continue to grow with the pass rushing moves. But as a pass rusher, the more you got in your bag, the better you're gonna be. Not only that, and more you know how to use them. So what you get from Travon Walker is not a pass rusher. So he's not an edge. Let me just put that out there. But hey, he can potentially be a dominant edge, but that entail him, cranking up the pass rushing skills. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications when we go live or drop a video. Other than that, financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App is $ CJ Good 313. Venmo is $CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Other than that, best way to support the channel, donate. Support the channel donation wise, comment, thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Other than that, check the trade lines to publish more videos like this. Appreciate the love and support. You can check my main channel out right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.